Dave, it's time for another episode of the show.
Yes.
Now, the best thing is that you are
on the show.
You're on the show. We ask you questions at the top of every show. All right. We're going to ask you a question
I always get right
now. Okay. Here's a trivia question about the show. Who made the 6 Unseemly Questions logo?
That would be you.
That is true, Dave. That is true, Dave. But the funny thing is that earlier when I asked you who made the theme song, you actually didn't know it was me, even though you've been on the show from the beginning.
You are quite tricky from time to time.
Yeah, that was such a trick. All right, let's get the show started. Welcome to 6 Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick, Dave Rosinsky. We've got a great contestant on the show today. Everybody put your hands together for Kevin Allison. All right, Kevin Allison.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Welcome. It's great to have you here. We also have a studio audience. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio audience, Kat Remzinski and Frankie Fritsch.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hello. Welcome, both of you. Kat, you can turn on your camera. You can figure it out. We'll see what happens.
Here we go. Hey.
There you are. All right. Well, Kevin, welcome to the show. I'm going to tell you how the show works, and we're going to get started. I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I will ring a bell. If I like your answer, like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I will not ring a bell, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get at the end of the show, I'll decide whether or not your appearance on the show is worth giving you $5 whole. Are you ready?
Awesome. Sounds great.
Okay, it's time for question number 1. Question number 1. Do you speak in full sentences to your cat?
Oh, yeah. And I speak my cat's sentences back to me.
Shut up.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole thing where I say, I script it. It's like, I'm like this, you're like this, I'm like this. Yeah. We have it's like Tennessee Williams over here. It's just I'm coming up with the dialogue for both of us.
Well, your cat isn't that old, though, right? How old is your cat?
He's only 2 years old, and
Right.
he still has a lot of kitten kind of energy in him. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long in your relationship with your cat did that begin?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Probably about a year in, that I was like, really knew his personality well enough to be able to supply his side of the dialogue. Yeah.
Oh, so your cat, you're 2 years in, your cat is a pandemic kitten.
Yes, exactly. He loves people because for like the first year of his life, he didn't know there was anyone but me.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever FaceTime?
No, but I have begun letting him out into the hallway, and I think he has fallen in love with the Jack Russell Terrier who lives upstairs. Yeah.
It's a quarantine. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Adorable. All right. I'm going to give you a bell on the question. I'll tell you why, because I also speak full sentences to my cat. All right. It is time for question number 2. But before we do that, can you tell people out there what you do?
What I do, I produce a podcast and live show called Risk, where people tell true stories they never thought they'd dare to share in public. So it's kind of like The Moth and stuff like that, except that it's very, very, very uncensored and very like anything can happen on it.
That's a great show. I've done it a couple of times, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Awesome. Please check out Risk. It's fantastic. All right. Now it is time for question number 2. All right. Question number 2. What book should everyone read?
Oh, I've been reading this book by my friend Allison Moon. She's a sex educator. It's called Getting It. And it's so funny because it's the first book that she hasn't self-published, but that was published by a publisher. So she's like, great. I write a book about how to do casual sex well. And it comes out right in the middle of everyone being locked down. So, it was not the best way for the book to first come out, but I think it's one of those perennial books because it has so many great insights, especially about communication bullshit, especially about how to ask for more clarity, how to understand a soft no, how to figure out, negotiate, kink play, and all. It's really, really helpful. It's called Getting It by Allison Moon. So it's all about just how to go about sex and romance, but communicate better.
You have Dave's attention.
When you say romance, I listen.
Oh, what did you say, Kat?
Can you spell her last? I'm writing this down. I'm going to send this to 2 friends, and I need.
It is the kind of thing.
2 spiders.
I have a friend. Why can't I get a boyfriend and just for chill? And I'm like, I don't know, but this book seems like it knows.
Oh my God, I'll tell you, just about a month ago, I met a fella, and the night we met, I was like, now you read on my profile that I'm polyamorous, right? And he was like, okay, cool. Didn't end up being cool at all. Like, he was calling me like every day, every couple of hours, and he started like inventing all these scenarios of these other guys I was seeing, and it got really insane. It got fatal attraction very quickly.
Yeah, my friend, that guy who did that to you, like that's her. So I need her to not be that. So I can send her this book, and she can learn how to not be a psycho stalker.
This sounds like a great book. In fact, I want to check it out myself. I'm going to give you a bell because everybody seems interested in it, and the book seems to sell itself. So there you go.
It's
awesome.
Allison Moon?
Allison Moon, yeah, M-O-N-N, or no, M-O-O-N.
Okay,
that's how you spell Moon.
No, that's not how.
What?
Nothing.
How else do you spell Moon?
He spelled it Mon.
It's totally okay to not engage with Dave at all. Just ignore him like he's a ghost.
True.
It's fine.
No Moon. What?
It is time for question number 3. Question number 3. Does the carpet match the drapes?
Yes, it does. It does. And one of the things I've learned in my elderly years is that if a fella, especially like on a kink app or something like that, if a fella like mentions my red hair like 3 times in the first conversation, it's probably over already. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to ask me about something other than the red hair on my body? But yes, the carpet does match the drapes. Good Lord.
Sometimes people have the thing and they want to find that thing. And,
Oh, yeah.
So the drapes are real? The drapes are real? That's what you're telling us? Those drapes aren't just for the show?
Please, Dave. Yes.
Keep going, Dave, till it's dead.
I got nothing else to say.
Are there guys born without hair down there at all ever?
Whoa.
What? Good question. Well, I guess the guys who have like no hair...
That would be so dope.
Condition that no hair on their body at all, like no eyebrows and all that. There's guys
alopecia
like
totalis.
Yeah, right? Alopecia.
There you go.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
My friend Derek Mears.
Alopecia's horror. I had it. Not totalis, but I had it. Yeah, this was like all bald, like baby butt smooth.
Oh my gosh. How did you get over it?
I juiced. Seriously, that's what. Yeah, it grew my hair back.
My friend
Derek
Mears has
all of it. Like it's back. Everything's
wow.
Yeah, it's all back.
My friend Derek Mears has alopecia totalis, and he also played Jason Voorhees in one of the movies.
Shut up!
Really?
Yeah.
One of the Friday
Does
yeah.
he dig having alopecia? Because I don't know. Maybe I'm like a...
He is like me. Actually, we connect because of my albinism and his alopecia totalis. Because like we are both in entertainment and we both were comedians, and so it just became an intrinsic. It really became baked into who we are. So
yeah, I like it. I think I find it fascinating and cool, and I would love. Like I used to not. I'd have to hold back from shaving off everything, like my eyebrows, my head.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you have to hold back.
Like my back. My ass, all of it. I just want it gone.
I can't stop shaving off my eyebrows, guys.
Sorry, Kevin. What were you saying?
I can't stop.
I finally embraced the identity of bear a few years ago, and I was like, "That's it. I'm no longer shaving like anything. I'm no longer like."
Well, congratulations on making unkempt a good thing.
Look, I shaved my legs for this show today.
All right.
I hope you're all happy.
because it's not ever going to stay off more than a day. So it just.
All right, so I'm gonna say Bell for that question because it was spirited.
I don't even remember what the question was.
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Oh, right.
That was
it was about his pubes.
Yes.
All right. Yes, we get it. We remember. Yes.
It is now time for question number 4. Question number 4: have you had a major turning point in your life?
Yeah, the night that it occurred to me to create Risk, because I had, after my sketch comedy group, The State, broke up in like 1996. I spent like 12 years not knowing what to do with myself. And a friend said, you should just get up on stage and tell true stories. Stop with the characters and writing the fictional stuff and just tell your true stories. I was like, wow, that really that seems scary to me. Then I decided to do it one night at UCB. I was like, I'll tell the riskiest story I can think of. I'll tell about the first time I prostituted myself when I was 22 years old, or attempted to.
Oh.
And it was so scary. I felt like it was such a risky thing to do, but I connected with the audience that night like I hadn't, I don't know, maybe ever. And I walked away from that show. I was like, this is it. This is what I should do. I should create a show where people are like daring to come out about something or something like that. And
it killed. It just killed.
Yeah. I was so nervous about that story because I was like, oh my God, I sound so gay. I sound so Midwestern, And then like the more honest I was, the more the audience was like, holy shit, he's really like telling us the truth here. So yeah.
You were The State.
Yeah.
State on MTV.
I wanted to ask about this too.
I'm the redhead gay.
I can no longer be on this. I'm about to cry.
Oh, come on. He didn't know what to do with himself for 12 years.
I was like, no shit. We were just watching. I've been watching Viva Variety and The State and like old like Road Rule shit with Christina P. Like I've been watching all the old shit from like, for me it's old, but it was like
old shit.
No. I'm saying good shit. Good shit. Like the 90s comedy. Everybody I talk to is a millennial now. They're like, what's Limp Bizkit? And they call me old.
They're lucky they don't know what Limp Bizkit is.
Yeah.
Like I work with a girl with blue hair who's like, what's a juggalo? And then all of us old in the back are like, it's a mother. Like they don't know basic shit now. And so when I hear 90s, I go, that's my shit. What is he talking about? Like, I just realized we were just talking about you, watching you. Like, I love you.
I just want you to know that, Kat, you only have 15 more seconds of freak out time.
I'm sorry. This is just.
You got this, Kat. You got this. You got
You're
this.
the best.
Right.
I'll give you $5. Give me your Venmo.
That's not how the show works, Kat. That is not how the show works.
Kevin Allison, I also.
Brilliant. You're brilliant. They should give you a show.
I also agree that they did. Look, and it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
What even question are we up to?
I really, it's totally, that's great. That is wonderful. That was a great moment.
That was beautiful.
It gets a bell for that moment in itself. All right. It is time for question number 5. Question number 5. What's the farthest you've traveled?
Oh, Christ. I guess Bangkok. I guess that would be it. Yeah. It was funny because it was the first time that I kind of went off on a vacation for an extended period of time just by myself. And I remember like the first couple of days I was like, what was I thinking? I don't speak the language here. I don't know where I am. I don't know anyone here or how to get around, but it became so fun because that city is so mysterious and weird, and just walking around was just incredible. So getting far, and of course, like it's very easy to have sexual adventures in Bangkok.
Do people go around there and ask you what the capital of Thailand is and then hit you, or is that just in the middle?
No. you talking about?
You know
He's talking
exactly what I'm
he's talking about a joke that kids do where they go,
Yes.
"What's the capital of Thailand?" And then they go, "What?" And they go, "Bangkok," and they punch each other in the penis.
Yes.
No,
Don't tell me you don't know this joke.
Oddly enough, they don't do that over there.
Seems to be reasonable.
Makes
All right,
sense.
I'm going to say no bell because you asked Dave what that joke was about. And, I tried to warn everybody.
You get punished for talking to me on the show. That's how it
Right.
Pretty
works.
much sometimes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, but it's time for question number 6. Question number 6. Do you have any supernatural abilities?
Oh. Well, I'm trying to learn hypnosis.
Really?
Yeah. I came through the kink community. I attended an erotic hypnosis workshop, and I was like, this must be total nonsense or just role play, right? But the woman who taught the workshop, like afterwards, I was like, could you try that on me, just non-erotically, just see if you can hypnotize me? And it was wild because I felt like I needed a cup of coffee when I came out of it.
Uh-huh.
And it got me on this trip of starting to learn about this stuff. So there have been occasions when I have hypnotized someone, told them that they're going to do something the next day, and then they end up doing that thing the next day and don't know where it came from, that they did that. So I'm beginning to think maybe I can develop hypnosis.
Isn't leaving a post-hypnotic suggestion and not telling people about what you left, isn't that using your powers for evil?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Consent. It's just about the most blatantly problematic, weird way to be, walking the line between consent and not.
There's a whole porn sub on that. There's community of people, and it's a dude, and he hypnotizes all these women, and he's like, touch my penis, and then people are like, that's not cool, but the girls are like, I love it, and it's so confusing. I couldn't even get into that shit. I was just learning about it made me ask so many questions. But seriously, in therapy, I had them try to hypnotize me once, and I told that bitch some shit. I was like, I'm never telling anybody. And then when it was done, I was like, hey, I feel invaded, but also I just told you that. So.
Yeah, well, people swear by this new EMDR therapy.
Yeah, eye therapy.
Yeah, and that's definitely using hypno, to have your eyes going, following something, and then to start asking you, really tough questions.
But that didn't work on me because my eye was up. I only had one, and then the nerves were messed up, so they can't read the dilation or something. I don't know how it works, but they were like, it won't work on you. But I know that there's something to people, if they're on drugs, it doesn't work. And let's be real, a lot of people are on drugs. So I feel the more sober you are, the more into getting hypnotized. Or I don't know.
Maybe
that seems like a scientific scale that you can't back up. The more
I feel like all the drunk people want to get hypnotized.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know what Dave said, but I'm going to say that was a good conversation. So I'm going to give a bell with that question. Although you are using your powers for evil, you definitely shouldn't do that. All right. We've asked you all 6 questions. Now it's time to decide whether or not you get $5. But before we do that, can you tell people out there where they can find you?
Oh, well, on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at the Kevin Allison. And then Risk, you can find wherever podcasts are, or just risk-show.com.
Everybody check it out. Risk. I've listened to a lot of episodes and been on 2 or 3, maybe 2. I don't know, something like that. It's all great stuff. All right. Now it's time to decide whether or not you get $5. Let's canvass the room. We'll start with Dave. Dave, what do you think? Should Kevin get $5 for his appearance on the show?
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. I love that he freaked out Kat. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the
Also, the carpet matching the drapes. You like that a lot.
Well, yes, of course we like that.
All right.
I just wanted to know if the drapes are real.
I think Kevin just wanted a complete list of compliments. Frankie.
No,
what do
a
you
lot of
think?
people call me Frank. It's fine. Yes, absolutely. $5 for this guy. 100%.
All right. So, but Frankie believes you get $5. What do you think, Kat? Should Kevin get $5 for his appearance on the show?
Well, joke's on you. I'm bipolar. No, you should. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. You should.
Right.
I'll send you $5. You should get 10.
All right. Well,
loved you on the stage. You were the best.
okay.
I was like, am I high or does this guy look familiar?
I did say your freak out time was over earlier.
You're definitely high, though. Yes, you're definitely high. I've just watched you smoke for the last 20 minutes.
Let's also ask our producer, Rachel. Rachel, what do you think? Should Kevin get $5 for his appearance on the show?
Yes, and I have 3 reasons. The first one being he has embraced his identity as a bear, and I respect that. Reason number 2, he had an unexpected fangirl moment, and he deserves to be compensated for that.
Super cool.
And 3,
do you think that was some sort of trial or gauntlet? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying sometimes you want to be prepared for when people freak out over your work. Right. And 3, the topic of EMDR came up, and I am a huge nerd about that, and so that's cool.
Oh, yeah, I want to give that a try, actually.
All right.
I might get certified in it, so there you go.
Rachel, stop bragging. Get out of here.
Rachel, EMDR live.
Rachel, elemental.
It's not. It doesn't. You don't have to use your eyes for EMDR. So whoever said that to you, they're lying.
Yeah, because the fella that was talking to me about it most recently is actually blind.
What?
Yeah, you can do EMDR without your eyes.
I got it confused with another one.
I saw a guy do MDR. His head was growing right out of his butthole. It was amazing.
I mean, the thing that they did on you is a real method where, like, they were telling the truth about your eyes not dilating or enough. But, like, that's just one method.
Rachel,
but you don't have to. You don't.
Rachel,
have to
perhaps you should exchange messages with everyone later.
Yeah,
Rachel.
tell me about it. Rachel, email me.
I will.
Rachel, call us as soon as you get home.
Rachel, please, I'm begging you, be gone.
Finally.
All right. That was Rachel, our producer, Teichman.
Rachel.
And then, Kevin, now it's up to you. What do you think? Should you get $5 for your appearance on the show?
Absolutely. I mean, I just want to go along with the general consensus here.
Well,
why? You're a follower?
I would agree with you, except for the fact that Kat has already offered to give you $5 herself, so I'm going to allow that to happen. So I'm not going to give you $5, but congratulations on the $5 you won.
Send my $5
from
to
Kat.
Kevin.
I said the show doesn't work like this. Now the show works like this. Guess
I did.
It's
a random show, Dave. You knew that. You knew.
It's not rando, bro.
It is a random
this
show.
ain't rando.
Dave, please tell me, what did you learn from this week's episode?
We laughed, we cried, we danced.
Oh my gosh,
We
Dave.
talked about very important elemental P's.
Should I just
And,
check us out at 6 Unseemly on all social media, everybody, and unseemlyquestions.com.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.